Hey everybody, welcome back to Suckless Saturday. It's Neil here at C2 with John, having a blast. Today we're going to talk about, do you need your Excedrin to take care of that tension?
You need a shot timer because that which gets measured gets worked on. The Range Tech Timer is the official timer of Active Cell Protection because it is versatile, reliable, feature-rich, and very economical. Check out all it can do at the link below.
Well, that got a little bit esoteric there right at the beginning.
I know, I'm working on a new sponsor, what can I say?
Excedrin, because Neil is a giant headache.
Because I am a big headache.
It was one of the things we taught a class this weekend.
Yeah.
And of course, I feel like we get this feeling that we have to expound so much energy. Expend, I guess is the word I was looking for there. So much energy in the shooting task. Then we got to do something here.
So I think what happens is first off, we get nervous because we're about to perform. That's a big thing. But also, it's that whole, I need to explode. I need to, because we've told everything is an explosion of movement and we got to go fast and we got to do all that kind of stuff. So we tighten up our muscles and everything gets ready to explode off. The challenge is when we do that, things get wonky. We mess up, we lose our dot, we don't see our sight, we don't get our grip, all of that kind of stuff. It's when we relax.
Yeah,
then everything comes together.
And of course, we do need some tension, right?
Sure.
So in order to stand up, I need a little tension in my quads. I need a little tension in my calves. I need a little tension in my core, right? In order to keep a posture, I can't do that with no tension in my body. And of course, if I'm gripping a gun, I'm gonna have a good bit of tension in my forearms because I'm trying to grip that gun with some go.
Yep.
But I think where I see people all the time, and just turning around to see that, is I see this tension show up in the shoulders all the time.
Yeah, right in here.
Here,
right
big
there.
time. I see it show up a lot of times where literally I've seen people that clench up their booty, and like this, you know what I mean, and get really tense, or they'll dig in with their toes, and they even get taught dig in real hard rather than kind of just bias forward. Now and again, there's some folks believe that's really the best technique to teach you to kind of dig in with your toes. I think biasing forward on the on the balls of the feet's good.
And I think the terminology means different things to different people. Because when somebody once told me, grip the ground with your feet, I'm like, oh, that's an interest. Oh, okay. To me, that means something. But then when you hear people say, grip the ground with your toes, I feel like they curl their toes up in their shoes. Some guys like I like the also load the weight in your feet.
Yeah, so load the weight forward, load the weight a little forward. Okay, fine. But again, relaxing where you can. And where I see that a lot on the other side is I see people, they either look down through the top of their eyes because they get this tension here, or they press their neck forward so that they can somehow get closer to the gun and see it better. Now, of course, we know those are both going to make your recoil control worse. Because it takes your spine out of alignment, and that makes you have less available strength, which gives you, got to use a greater percentage of what's available.
Right.
So this game I like to play with folks, and that is really, if you've got a buddy, this can work really well. If you don't have a buddy, you can use your cell phone, and film yourself and just watch what you're doing. But when you have a buddy, it's really great, because what we will do, and this has to be somebody that you trust, and let's just say I wouldn't play this on date night, you know what I'm saying? So this isn't something you're gonna do with somebody that you don't know well, that you don't like, that you don't have a strong rapport with, because I will let them get up and get closer to shooting, and then rather than saying, dude, relax your shoulders, I will actually touch and go, hey, are you comfortable with me touching your shoulders, whatever, and do that. Now, here's a tip for instructors, okay? You need permission from your students to do this, and you want to be very careful to do this and watch out for people who struggle with touch and people who that might be triggering to and those kinds of things, because you want to be respectful of your students. Very particularly, I think we should be very cautious as instructors of power dynamics and of any kind of sexual innuendo and stuff like that, okay? So we want to be real cautious of those things. I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to play this game with a woman who's not my wife. That's just God's own truth, in any significant sense. I might go, here, your trap's right here, you know what I mean? Or something like that, or do you mind if but be cautious with that. This is my BFF, right? So we can do this together. It's not really a big deal, okay? I mean, don't touch no parts with your best friend, okay? You probably get kicked off the range.
I mean, not on camera.
I mean, right? Not where the internet can see. And so let's just let Neil do it, and I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about and let him shoot a few. And then you kind of see the tension, and then we'll just work on, hey, what about this? What about that? And see what it does in terms of his ability to see his sights and control his recoil. All right. Now, of course, Neil's really good at this shooting thing, and so he generally does it. But I'm going to tell you, when you get on camera, it'll add a little bit of stress. when you haven't been able to shoot as much because of family commitments or whatever. And now, especially when there's a couple 100,000 people on YouTube that are going to tell you how fat you are and how much stuff sucks, you can get a little bit stressed out. You can also, I mean, just remember what Grandpa said on the first day of kindergarten, okay?
I will do my best.
Okay, does anybody know what Grandpa said the first day of kindergarten? Son, try not to f this up. We'll bleep that. I'm editing now. We can make that happen.
There you go. All right.
Okay. All right, go ahead and get that gun out there. Now, I kind of want you just a little bit for everybody to exaggerate, Neil.
Okay.
You know what I mean? What you're be used to, kind of. But go ahead and I just want a couple of good shots, and the best that you got to see. Okay, let's put a couple shots on target.
So you want me to actually tense up, or you just want me to get a couple good shots?
No, I want you to kind of exaggerate tension just a little bit for everybody so they can see it, because I know how good you are at this. Okay, so he's taking a couple shots. Now I'm going to ask him, okay, next time I want you to take a couple more, do the same thing, and then I want you to stay with the gun out there, and I'm going to actually ask you how much tension you have in these areas.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And see if you can release it. All right, stay there. Do you feel the tension in your neck right here?
I do.
Can you release that? Can you let that tension go in your neck and just straighten up and ease it? Yeah, shake it out a little bit.
Yep.
Okay, and bring that up to you. Okay, try that. Okay, still stay there. Do you feel this tension right here in your traps and in your shoulders?
Yep.
Can you release that? Now the gun's going to come out of your sight, but you'll just have to bring it back up to you. But can see how did you feel? Did you see how much this released and this let go up here? Go ahead, take a couple more. Now, here's a couple of things. Can you feel? I'm not gonna. I just want to go again. Can you feel the tension in your hamstrings right now? Do you feel that your hips are kicked forward? Can you relax your hips into a natural place?
If I move, yeah.
So do you see how that changed his posture here? Go ahead, take a couple. I want to see. Man, I got to tell you, that looks pretty good. The last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to touch you right on the lats a little bit. Do you feel this? Can you feel tension here?
Yeah, I typically carry a little tension there when I'm shooting.
Can you try to relax that tension?
Let me think a second.
Man, I think you're doing really well as an overall thing. But what I want you guys to notice is how he went from high and everything kind of gathered up and bunched up here and forward to relaxing all that. Now the bigger thing is, as you relax that stuff, what did it do to your sights?
I see my sights faster and they come back on more quickly. So,
okay, so now what I want you to do is I want you to have a little T-Swizzle shake it off dance off. Yeah. Okay, so we take our Tay-Tay very seriously. Okay, now I want you to turn back around, draw the gun, thinking about relaxing everything that you can. No unnecessary tension. No unnecessary tension at all. Relax. Oh, look at that. Now, how does the body feel right now after taking a shot?
Oh, I feel so much better.
Can you feel any tension whatsoever?
I feel. I feel the rigidity of the pain. So what I feel is that when I tensed up kind of on purpose, I still have all that. It's the feelings are still there, but I feel more relaxed. You know what I mean? So it's almost like I tensed up like that, and it kind of hurts a little because I'm old and slow and out of shape. And now I'm like, oh, I felt that now. Oh, this feels so much better. There's no pain there when I do it.
All right, let's see if I'm carrying any tension. We'll let Neil take a look. All right, I'm not going to try any unnecessary tension here. I'm just going to actually try to shoot the way I shoot.
Okay.
And see what you see. Because he might. I mean, I don't know. I might be carrying some tension today. I actually, my elbows hurt. I've been dealing with that elbow tendonitis from working at the computer too much.
Yep.
In both sides, and so my elbows hurt, and that rib still freaking hurts from jiu-jitsu a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
God, getting old sucks. Don't do it. Except for the alternative sucks more.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what I got here.
So how does it feel down in here?
Not bad, but I mean, let's see if I can relax. You know what's where I actually felt it? Was in the middle of my back here.
I was going to say, it looks like it's coming across here down to there almost.
Let me see if I can, so, okay.
Because you're adjusting for the pain in that elbow. And it's coming clear over to here.
Let me see if I can just get rid of that. Okay, let that be. I got to tell you, the dot stayed right where I wanted it that time. I didn't even have to track it really. Okay, again. Relax that, push that there. Okay, I'm out. Let me load some ammo. I will say I didn't get a bad anticipation on that last shot,
No,
which
you didn't.
tells me I was doing okay.
Yep.
And that was funny, because the honest truth is, I don't know before the first shots, when I've been shooting all a couple hours here with you. I don't know that I would have really thought about the tension I was carrying in the middle of my back.
Yeah, you know, because I think we just we make do so often, and we don't pay attention to that kind of stuff. And especially if we've got an injury, our bodies are naturally going to compensate for that. And if we don't really think about where that is, all of a sudden you're going to find out, oh man, I don't know why I'm sore over here when this is what hurts, but your body's compensating for that, and
So
the tension comes in.
My buddy helped me. My buddy helped me here to see where am I tense, what tension is good, what tension is not so good. And man, I'll tell you, I wasn't expecting I was expecting you to go right for the middle of my back instead of going for my triceps and going, hey man, how's that tension doing? And I'm like, oh gosh, there is tension there that's carrying across to my
Yeah,
back.
you can see it.
And that was pretty cool. So here's your task this week. Take a buddy to the range or take a buddy with you to dry fire. That could be your spouse, of course. Be very careful, you know, be respectful of your spouse and those kinds of things. Your BFF, great. Again, we're not telling you to go to the range and touch each other's no-no parts. Okay, that's not good.
Please don't do that.
Please don't do that. But you know, help each other to feel and to see. And here's where I see tension. Can we release that tension? Can we stand like a normal human doing normal human things who doesn't look like they're in pain?
Yep.
Maybe you can't stand like you're not in pain because you're in crazy pain.
Yep.
Okay.
And the one thing that's really going to stick out for most folks, turn around, John, what you typically see is it's right in here and right there. So the neck to about the middle of the back and across here. So you don't have to touch somebody all over their body. For the most part, the average person, that's where the tension comes in, is shoulders and there. So think about that as you're doing it. Don't get awkward. Don't make it weird. Now, if it's your best friend, John, and you want to make it weird, knock yourself out. Don't put it on camera, though.
Embrace the weird. Don't put that on camera. So, okay, here's this week's challenge for you on that. Get to the range. Do that with your buddy. And here's the thing. If you can do that in a way that makes it super weird for Neil, and you post that in the Ask Dry Fire Challenge group, he'll sing you a weird song.
All my songs are weird.
Have a great week, everybody.